suburb takes its name from the Irish peer Lord Vincent Castlereagh, who lived from 1769 to 1822. He was responsible for the Act of Union between Ireland and England in 1803. Governor Lachlan Macquarie named the area in December 1810 during a tour of the Hawkesbury Nepean region, not long after his arrival in the colony. Of New South Wales. Macquarie chose Castlereagh as one of his 5 towns, the others being Windsor, Richmond, Wilberforce and Pitt Town. Castlereagh was reserved to provide storage space and accommodation for the local community, especially during flood time. In his journal on the 6th December 1810, Macquarie wrote, "The township for the Evan or Nepean district I have named Castlereagh in honour of Lord Viscount Castlereagh. A sign bearing the name Castlereagh was erected in 1811 after the streets and town square had been marked out by the surveyor James Meehan. Circumstances, however, ensured that Penrith, not Castlereagh, became the focal point of the area and the site was never developed. The present township is located 5 kilometres away from Macquarie's original site." Okay, welcome back to Talking Headstones. So we've arrived at the Castlereagh General Cemetery. Just pan around and have a look. And just have a look at this one here. It's like a bit of a crypt. This is sacred of John someone. I've got my little girl with me today, Ruby. She's not too happy to be out here, but this one, it's a bit hard to read what that says. Who dispatched on... Can't really read that, but I might take a photo and I'll be able to scan in on it or zoom in on it a bit better. Well, down here it might actually say. So here we got McHenry Vault, constructed in 1833 at the direction of Sarah Leland McHenry née Fulton, sacred to the memory of her husband John McHenry JP, a magistrate for the district of Evan, who died at Penrith on September 8, 1832, aged 43. Also Francis, their youngest son, who died September 3rd, 1831. Also entombed here are the remains of her parents, Anne Fulton née Walker, who died at Castlereagh on August 4th, 1836, aged 70 years, and the Reverend Henry Fulton. You can pause and you can read the rest of that. So we'll just wander off over this direction. So there was a sign saying beware of the snakes. Snakes have been detected in this area. So I'm not going wandering around too much here, not with Ruby with me. But if we just look here, there's a few graves here of the Fraser family. So we've got Henry Alexander Fraser, Alexander Fraser. In here we've got Lydia Fraser, aged 4, died 1870, August 15th. Out here there's some more, Maud Evelyn Bays. Julia Single, wife of Charles Walker Single, daughter of Alexander Fraser, died 20th of March 1830. So I believe the oldest grave in here is 1810. So we'll try and find that one. I'll bring you back in a minute. So in this part, there's a plaque here saying, "Here lie at least 13 descendants of First Fleeters John Herbert and Deborah Allen, dedicated by the Herbert Family Association in August 1999. So, by the looks of it, there's Margaret White, Elizabeth Herbert, John Herbert, who departed this life September 9th, 1875. So that's the Herbert family. So Castlereagh General Cemetery was marked out in the original planning of Castlereagh and dates back to 1814. One of the earliest graves belongs to the infant daughter of Henry Cox of Glenmore. The oldest headstone is that of Mary Ann Smith, dated 1814. The Reverend Henry Fulton and his wife Anna also commemorated here, which we just had a look at then. In this cemetery, many pioneers of Penrith district are buried, with the finely crafted sandstone headstones remembering many prominent local families. Okay, so this is the grave of Sarah Marshall Simpson. She was born in England in 1876, or 1796 I should say, and died the 10th of December 1838, aged 41 or 42. Sarah's grave is known to be one of the most haunted places in Sydney's west, and this is why. If you're not familiar with the story, grab a blanket and someone to cuddle up, because here we go. She arrived on a convict ship, the Friendship, from the United Kingdom in over 190 years ago. Sadly, she had no idea how her life in Australia would turn out. Transported for Stirling Sub Apparel, Sarah served a sentence, and she was then given back her freedom, and she then began to live a normal life. Around the time of getting out, Sarah met her husband. Together they had 8 children out of wedlock, which of course was frowned upon at the time. One night Sarah was on her way home in Castlereagh. While she was walking, she was followed by a group of men. Sarah was brutally murdered that night, and her remains were left near the home of the men, and the men instantly ran from the scene. Sarah's grave is located towards the back of the cemetery. Well, we know that because we're at it. So it's believed that she still haunts this area after her murder. Visiting Sarah's grave has become popular with the locals in the area, with most of them having their own scary stories to tell, some having seen a white figure drifting around the cemetery, and others hearing footsteps that aren't your own following yourself. So that's a bit of the story of Sarah Simpson. You can see her grave there. Died 10th of December 1838, aged 42 years. And am I born to die, to lay this body down? And must my trembling spirit fly into a world unknown, a land deep as shade, unpaired by human thought, the dreary regions of the dead where all things are forgot. So that's Sarah. I hope you can rest in peace, Sarah. Terrible thing that happened to you. So We'll just wander over.
Okay, so that just about wraps up our visit here to the Castlereagh General Cemetery. So I found the other grave that I was looking for out of the two. So we found Sarah Simpson, the haunted grave, and this one I'm about to show you is the oldest one in this cemetery. So that's her there, sacred to the memory of Mary Ann Smith, who departed this life May 20th, 1814, aged 31 years. So good people, all you paths by, as you are now, so once was, and I am, so must you be, therefore prepare to follow me. Well, it's sort of written in Old English, I guess. So that's the oldest grave in this cemetery, Mary Ann Smith. Rest in peace, Mary Ann. And that's our visit to the Castlereagh Cemetery. So just as we leave out here, this is the Field family. So no sighting of Sarah today. There was probably plenty more graves in here, but over time they've just gone to ruin. There's probably more out in that bush over straight in front of us, but I'm not going in there. So thanks for joining me. It's another episode of Talking Headstones at the Castlereagh General Cemetery in Penrith, New South Wales, Australia. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Rest in peace, everybody.